Welcome back. Today we're tackling one of the most fascinating systems in the One Piece universe, the rise and fall of the Warlords of the Sea. These powerful pirates were granted legitimacy by the world government in exchange for their loyalty, or at least a semblance of it. From legendary figures like Mihawk to scheming manipulators like Crocodile, the Warlords shaped the Grand Line's history in ways both destructive and revolutionary. How did this controversial system come to be, and what led to its eventual collapse? Stick around as we explore the complete history of the Warlords, their greatest achievements, betrayals, and ultimate downfall. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and let us know in the comments who your favorite Warlord is. Let's dive in. What are the Warlords of the Sea? The 7 Warlords of the Sea, or Shichibukai, were a group of powerful pirates who allied themselves with the world government. In exchange for amnesty and certain privileges, they agreed to uphold the government's interests, often by hunting other pirates or maintaining control over specific territories. This system was designed to maintain balance among the 3 great powers of the world. The Navy, which represents the government's military force. The 4 emperors, who dominate the New World. The Warlords, a wild-card group of rogue allies. However, the system was inherently flawed. The Warlords were pirates at heart, and many used their status to further their own agendas, often undermining the very government they served. The rise of the Warlords. 1. The early days. The Warlord system was established during a time of great upheaval in the world of One Piece. With the rise of the 4 emperors in the New World, and the growing threat of powerful pirates across the Grand Line, the world government needed a strategy to maintain control. Enter the 7 Warlords of the Sea, a system designed to turn some of the world's strongest and most notorious pirates into reluctant allies. This system wasn't created out of trust, it was a calculated gamble. By offering pirates legitimacy, wealth, and the freedom to operate without fear of government interference, the world government hoped to contain the chaos. The Warlords would act as a deterrent against other pirates, while their loyalty to the government would supposedly keep them in check. However, the early days of the Warlords revealed cracks in the system. Pirates, by nature, are opportunistic, and many of the first Warlords used their new positions to further their own ambitions. The government's gamble had unintended consequences, creating a group of rogue allies who were as dangerous to the world as they were to each other. The shocking variety among the Warlords. What made the Warlords so unique was the sheer variety of personalities and powers among them. The first generation of Warlords included Mihawk, a solitary swordsman whose only loyalty was to his own pursuit of strength. Bartholomew Kuma, a mysterious figure whose motives remained hidden even as he carried out the government's orders. Crocodile, a scheming manipulator who used his position to build an empire of deceit and destruction in Alabasta. Later additions like Boa Hancock, the Pirate Empress, and Don Quixote Doflamingo, the Heavenly Yaksha, added even more layers of intrigue. Hancock used her beauty and power to shield her people, while Doflamingo's ruthless ambition made him one of the most dangerous figures in the Grand Line. Each Warlord brought something unique to the table, making them unpredictable and at times uncontrollable. This diversity was both the system's greatest strength and its fatal flaw. The Golden Age of the Warlords. First, Crocodile's betrayal in Alabasta. The Golden Age of the Warlords began with their prominence as key players in the Grand Line. One of the earliest major arcs in One Piece, the Alabasta arc, showcased the dangers of the Warlord system when Crocodile used his position to manipulate an entire kingdom. Crocodile's Baroque Works organization operated in secret, sowing chaos across Alabasta, while he plotted to seize control of the ancient weapon Pluton. His actions revealed how the Warlords could exploit their government-sanctioned status to further their own goals, often at the expense of innocent lives. Crocodile's downfall at the hands of Luffy not only exposed his corruption, but also marked a turning point in the public's perception of the Warlords. It became clear that the system was deeply flawed and that the government's reliance on pirates was a dangerous gamble. 2. The role of the Warlords in Marineford. The Marineford War was a defining moment in the history of the Warlords. As the Navy clashed with the Whitebeard pirates, the Warlords were called upon to defend the government's interests. Each Warlord's actions during the battle revealed their true colors. Mihawk, while technically aligned with the Navy, approached the battle as a personal test of strength. His duel with Whitebeard's commanders showcased his unrivaled skill as a swordsman, but his detachment from the government's cause made his loyalty questionable. Boa Hancock used the chaos to protect Luffy, openly defying the Navy's expectations while maintaining her status as a warlord. Bartholomew Kuma, who had been reduced to a mindless weapon by the government's experiments, followed orders without question, highlighting the tragic consequences of his sacrifice. Doflamingo reveled in the carnage, using the battle to further his own twisted goals. The Marineford War demonstrated the power of the warlords but also exposed the government's inability to control them. This event planted the seeds of doubt about the system's effectiveness, setting the stage for its eventual collapse. 3. The economic influence of the warlords. Beyond their military power, the warlords also wielded significant economic influence. Figures like Doflamingo and Crocodile built empires of commerce and manipulation, using their status to control markets and black market trade. Doflamingo's control over the underworld, particularly through his smile production, made him a pivotal figure in the power dynamics of the New World. His ability to manipulate both pirates and governments highlighted the dangerous overlap between legitimate authority and criminal activity within the warlord system. As the warlords reached the height of their influence, their actions began to draw more scrutiny. Public outcry over incidents like the Dressrosa conflict and the chaos in Alabasta revealed the cracks in the system. The warlords' unchecked power had become a liability, and figures like Admiral Fujitora began pushing for reform. Let's explore how these events led to the dramatic fall of the warlord system. The fall of the warlords. First, Doflamingo's downfall in Dressrosa. The Dressrosa arc marked a turning point for the warlord system. Don Quixote Doflamingo, who had built an empire of corruption and manipulation, was exposed and defeated by Luffy and Law. Doflamingo's defeat not only destabilized the world's black market, but also highlighted the dangers of granting unchecked power to pirates. His actions in Dressrosa showed the warlord's capacity for widespread harm, further eroding public trust in the system. Second, Fujitora's crusade. Admiral Isho Fujitora became a vocal critic of the warlord system after witnessing its corruption. His experiences during the Dressrosa incident fueled his determination to abolish the system entirely. Fujitora's advocacy within the world government played a significant role in the decision to dismantle the warlord system during the Reverie. 3. The abolishment of the warlord system, Reverie Arc. During the Reverie Arc, the world government finally abolished the warlord system, declaring all former members as enemies of the state. This decision sent shockwaves across the seas as the now disavowed warlords faced retaliation from the Navy. The fall of the warlord system marked the end of an era, but it also set the stage for new alliances, conflicts, and power struggles in the ever-changing world of One Piece. What did the warlords leave behind? Even after the system's collapse, the legacy of the warlords continues to shape the world. Many former warlords like Mihawk and Boa Hancock remain powerful players in the New World, while others like Buggy have used the chaos to rise to new heights. The final legacy of the warlords. The warlords' history serves as a cautionary tale about the dangers of compromising with chaos to maintain control. Their rise and fall remind us that power without accountability is a recipe for disaster. The warlords may no longer be a formal part of the world's power structure, but their impact on the Grand Line is undeniable. As we look back on their legacy, it's clear that the warlords were more than just pawns in the government's game. They were complex, flawed, and often brilliant figures who reshaped the world in their own image. 1. The unpredictability of power. The warlords' history is a testament to the unpredictable nature of power. While some, like Mihawk and Kuma, upheld certain principles, others, like Crocodile and Doflamingo, used their positions to further their own ambitions. This duality made the warlords both fascinating and dangerous. They weren't heroes or villains, they were opportunists, each navigating the treacherous waters of the Grand Line in their own way. 2. The dawn of a new era. The fall of the warlord system heralds a new era in One Piece. With the balance of power shifting, the world is on the brink of unprecedented change. The Navy's reliance on new weapons, the rise of the Four Emperors, and the ongoing mysteries of the Revolutionary Army all point to a future filled with conflict and revelation. As former warlords like Mihawk and Boa Hancock forge new paths, their actions will continue to influence the series' ultimate conclusion. The warlords may be gone, but their legacy is far from over. And that's the rise and fall of the Warlords of the Sea. From their controversial beginnings to their dramatic downfall, the Warlords left an indelible mark on the world of One Piece. Who is your favorite warlord, and what do you think about the system's abolishment? Let us know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon for more One Piece content. Thanks for watching, and see you next time on 7 Seas, where we unravel the stories and mysteries of One Piece.